Hey guys, it's katiejuly. So this is a video response to Jeanna's questions. She is halfofmegone is her screen name, and I just started watching her a few weeks ago. She makes some really funny videos, and she's pre-op. So if you have a few seconds and you can bounce over to her page, I'll try putting her in the link this way or that way. I always forget. So you can share your own responses. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. So all of her questions, she just has 3 are about food. And the first one is, name one food that you loved or love and were scared you would miss after weight loss surgery. So for me, I feel like my total, Achilles heel was Thai food. And I'd actually gotten into this really bad habit. There's this great Thai place down the street for me where 3 nights out of the week maybe, I would order the exact same thing. Like, I can always eat the exact same thing. And it was vegetable fried rice with tofu, and which was like this huge box of it, and a side of spicy potatoes. And sometimes, like an appetizer, like they had really good peanut vegetable dumplings, or, just like super greasy, super salty kind of food. And I would eat all of it. Appetizer, huge thing of rice. Thai food. I think I might have even talked about it in one of my really early videos because it was also my last meal. I'm just really getting a lot of it and loving it. And I can still, the other day we were thinking about ordering from there, and I could still get probably the spicy potatoes. I don't think I'd get the rice. Or I could get one of the appetizers and it would be fine, but the food, it wasn't even the taste as much as it was like just that kind of gorging, you know what I mean? That sounds terrible, but just sitting down to that carb fest and having tons of flavor explosions and tons of salt and tons of grease and working my way all through it. And I haven't really missed that. There's 1 or 2 moments when I missed that. But yeah, that's probably the thing that I was like, okay, this is going to be hard giving up the Thai food. And even, going to other Thai restaurants and wanting pad Thai or pad see and just those like greasy kind of noodles, which I feel like I wouldn't order now. I'd try to order the chicken curry, leave out the rice, or the tofu curry and leave out the rice. So I still eat a ton of Thai food and I still really love it, but definitely what I'm ordering has changed a lot. Name one food that you are glad no longer has a hold on you. For me, let me see, my camera's freaking out. For me, it's embarrassing to admit. I don't know if I've said it here before, but I had a roommate just for a few months who would eat a pint of ice cream every single night. And ice cream had always been a big thing for me, but Ben and Jerry's, whatever, it's like $4, $5, or Haagen-Dazs, and I was always like, oh, I can't afford that. So I'd get it a few times a week, but living with her, we got into the habit of getting it almost every night, like maybe 5 or 6 times a night. And even when I stopped living with her, that habit kind of held. So I would say maybe for a year before surgery, I was eating almost half a pint of ice cream every single night. And it was weird. It was just this total habit. And I would come home from work and be stressed or tired or whatever. And I would start thinking about what flavor I wanted. And I'd go to the store and I'd stop at like this CVS, totally nasty habit. And I would usually get, this is so embarrassing, okay, I would get a can of Chef Boyardee, and I would get a pint of ice cream, and that would be my dinner. So Thai food takeout or Chef Boyardee and ice cream were what I would eat like 6 nights a week for dinner, unless I was meeting someone. So I am really glad that ice cream doesn't have a hold on me. I think, that wasn't a huge decision about why I got RNY versus lap band or one of the other surgeries, but it is nice that it's a side effect that, like, I just don't really, it can't be my daily routine. I don't really want to test it out and see if it affects me at all. And maybe at some point I'll try it and like, oh, I can have a few bites, but I'm going to delay, even opening that Pandora's box of like that old habit. And I have had, SpaghettiOs and meatballs since then, but it tastes different, honestly. And, I found myself just kind of fishing around for the meatballs and not having the noodles because I'm concentrating on protein. So I've had it once or twice, but last time I had it, I had like 2 bites of it, and I was like, this is stupid. Like, it just doesn't taste as good as it used to. And name one food, last question, name one food that you didn't like prior to surgery that you love now. The biggest change I'd say in my diet was before surgery, I was vegetarian or mostly vegetarian, and that's something that I realized I would probably have to change. And I know there are people who've had the surgery who stay vegetarian, which I think is awesome, but for me, I just knew it would be one extra hurdle, I think. So I have been trying different kinds of meats and trying to, sort of ramp myself up in terms of eating meat. So I'm having, chilies with ground beef in it and tacos. I had shredded steak for lunch today with, sort of the taco toppings, and loved it, like totally loved it. I'm starting to eat a little bit of fish. Tuna fish. I hadn't had tuna fish since I was like a little kid, and suddenly tuna fish salad is awesome. And I mean, it tastes really good, so that's why I like it, but it's also like 18 grams of protein for 3 ounces. So it just feels like such a protein boost, and I feel really good after it, and it goes really down. And all of those things now are a component to why I love something, not just, oh, it tastes good in my mouth. Suddenly it's like, does it go down really easily? Is it good enough for me? That kind of thing are all sorts of factors. So I say probably, tuna fish is probably the biggest one that's like, oh, who knew I like that as much as I do, or I have it like once a week probably. But any kind of meats, like even sliced deli meats now, I'll roll up with cheese, and I would never eat deli meat before. So that's been a really pleasant surprise that having been vegetarian for a while, I wasn't like having a really hard time going back to eating meats and stuff. So, Jeanna, I hope those help. Those are kind of the answers to my questions. I could probably talk novels and novels and novels, though, about what I liked and what my weirdo eating habits were before, but hopefully that gives you a sense of it, and I hope other people respond to your video, because I think, it is really interesting that some people have one food that's their Achilles heel, or one food that they're now totally in love with that they never would have touched. So, I think it's a great idea. I hope you're doing well. Bye.